So when you are ready to bath your baby, you might want to do so in a small basin, or you could also use a baby bath. This one is actually quite small because the dole I'm about to use is quite small. But you need to use water that is not too cold and not too hot. And the best way to actually test the temperature of the water is to use your elbow. Your elbow is actually very sensitive to heat, so the water needs to be warm. And if you just pop your elbow into the water, make sure it's not too hot before you pop your baby in there. Now, before you bath your baby, keep your baby wrapped up in a towel because we're going to do it in two halves. The first half is going to be washing their hair, if they have any, and head. And then the second half is going to be washing their body. Now, if you're worried about holding onto your baby or the possibility that your baby might slip, then just know that if you keep your hand around the back of the baby's neck, even if you let go of them, you've still got a sturdy grip. You'll probably find that they become very, very wriggly in the water, but as long as you've got one hand, at least one hand behind the back of the baby's neck, you can keep their head out of the water and their body can kind of wriggle around in the bath. So first of all, make sure that if your baby is under 1 month old, that you don't have anything in the water. Just plain warm water is fine to clean your baby, and you can use cotton wool, or if you prefer, to use a sponge to sponge your baby down. Once your baby is over 1 month old, then if you want to use any bubble baths or anything like that to clean your baby, do so, but just make sure you use ones that are very mild and specifically for baby. So, first thing we're going to do is hold baby's head over the basin, and I'm going to gently, with my free hand, pour water over baby's head, like this. Now, if there's still a bit of blood left over from the birth, then you can gently wash all that away, like that. And then once you've done that, you can use your cotton wool or your sponge to wipe baby's face. A bit like the top and tailing, make sure you get into all the nooks and crannies. If you're going to wash the eyes, make sure you just use cotton wool. And then once the head and the face is done, dry baby first before putting the baby's body in the water. So we're going to dry baby's head. Now, whilst you're actually washing the head and the face, you may want to keep their nappy on, because otherwise you may find they pee on you. And we're going to open the towel up, and we're going to lift baby gently into the water. Now, remember what I said about keeping your hand behind the neck, like this, so that when you put your baby in, you can do so without having to worry too much, because you have a grip around the back of the neck. And then you're literally just going to use this free hand to wash your baby. And again, if you've got a sponge, you can use that to wash your baby down. Now, you would be using a basin that's bigger than this, so the baby can wriggle around. If you want to do it in your own bath, in your adult size bath, then you can, but just be careful of your back. And remember that you only need a couple of inches of water to wash your baby. Now, once you've washed your baby, bring them very, very quickly back onto the towel. I would advise only leaving your baby in the water, only washing your baby in the water for a couple of minutes, no more than that, because babies can get cold very, very quickly. So we're going to wrap baby back up, pat baby down before we dress them. And just remember, never ever leave your baby unattended in a bath.